This is News You Can Use.
I would have told people prior to the last 3 or 4 years that in a 10-year cycle in real estate, there'll be 2 better than expected years, 2 worse than expected, and then there'll be 6 kind of normalized years, right? Yeah. The only thing that's been different in the last cycle is the 2 better than expected were way better than expected. And now we're in the way less not good as expected cycle. And I'm just hopeful to get back to that other cycle, which is like, we just need a little bit of normalcy to come back. Yeah, so the chart that we just had up on 22 and 23, housing sales units came down 17 and then 15%, 2 years in a row. Doug, have you seen numbers like that in your career, like in a 2-year window, more than maybe once?
Yeah, only in the great financial crisis. I have a chart in there that shows long-term interest rates. I don't know if you could pull that up, but it shows you why you probably have never seen something like this. Essentially, we have gone through 40 years of declining or flat, close to zero nominal interest rates. So I actually started 5 or 6 years ago. I started when I would meet with leadership teams of bankers. I would say, you actually have no one in your senior management. Perhaps you have some older folks on your board who have ever managed in a rising interest rate environment, because we went from 1979 all the way out to 2003, depending on if you want to be pre-bubble, or 2009, including the bubble, where interest rates were falling on average that entire time. Then the Fed kept interest rates very low for a very long time. And so all the business models, all the expectations, all the experiences were established by this long-term declining nominal interest rate environment. That's why it was such a shock when the Fed tightened and went up 300 to 350 basis points in a year. There was no one that had that experience. So I would argue, part of the reason that we still have a mild recession in the first half of next year is there's not just in the mortgage or real estate space, but across the economy, there are lots of business models that were conditioned to very low interest rates for a very long time. And those business models are going to have to be restructured to expect more volatility of rates going forward than they have seen for a long time.